We're all gonna die. That's not the controversial take here. But how you die, that's where some people really decide to get creative. And by creative, I mean catastrophically stupid. 1. Isadora Duncan, death by fashion statement. So Isadora Duncan was this fancy dancer in the 1920s. Revolutionary artist, changed modern dance forever, very sophisticated. You'd think someone that coordinated could handle basic scarf logistics. You'd be wrong. September 14th, 1927. She's in Nice, France, because of course she is, getting into her friend's gorgeous Bugatti sports car. She's wearing this absurdly long silk scarf because apparently impractical accessory wasn't in her vocabulary. Here's where it gets good. She literally says, "Adieu, mes amis, je vais à la gloire." Goodbye, my friends. I'm off to glory. And she was right, just not the way she thought. The scarf gets caught in the rear wheel. The car takes off, and Isadora Duncan gets strangled by her own fashion choice before being yanked out of the vehicle. Dead instantly. The driver didn't even realize what happened at first. Just kept driving with a dead woman's scarf wrapped around his axle, like some kind of macabre decoration. The universe really said, "You want to make a dramatic exit? Let me help with that." Natural selection with a silk finish. 2. Tycho Brahe, the man who died of politeness. Tycho Brahe, brilliant astronomer, discovered supernovas, had a fake nose made of brass because he lost his real one in a duel over math, already living his best chaotic life. But here's how he died in 1601. He refused to pee at a fancy banquet because it would be impolite to leave the table. Yeah, you heard that right. This genius who literally mapped the heavens couldn't figure out that your bladder has limits. So there's Tycho, sitting at this royal banquet in Prague, drinking beer after beer like it's a competitive sport. His bladder is screaming, his kidneys are sending emergency signals, but does he excuse himself? No, because 17th century etiquette said you don't leave the table before the Baron or whatever. So he just sits there in increasing agony for hours. 11 days later he's dead. Bladder infection, kidney failure, the whole catastrophic package. Some modern theories suggest mercury poisoning might have been involved too, but honestly, the pee thing is so much funnier and more on brand for human stupidity. Oh, and fun bonus fact, Tycho had a pet moose. It also died stupid. Got drunk at a party, fell down the stairs, and broke its neck. Even his pets couldn't survive his lifestyle choices. The lesson here, just go to the bathroom. I cannot believe I have to say this to adults. Your social status means nothing to your bladder. 3. Harry Houdini, escape artist can't escape bad decision. Harry Houdini, master escape artist. Could get out of anything. Straitjackets, locked boxes, underwater chambers, buried coffin. The man was basically unkillable, except by a college student with moderately enthusiastic punching skill. Montreal, 1926. Houdini's backstage after a lecture, just chilling. This college student named J. Gordon Whitehead comes up and asks if it's true that Houdini can take punches to the stomach without injury. Houdini's like, "Yeah, sure, my abs are legendary." Classic Houdini confidence. Here's the problem. Normally, when someone's about to punch you, you brace yourself, right? You tense those muscles. Basic preparation. Whitehead doesn't give him that courtesy. Just starts wailing on Houdini's stomach while he's lying down, completely relaxed. Multiple punches, full force. Houdini's probably thinking, what is happening right now? But plays it cool. Says he's fine. He's not fine. His appendix is ruptured. He refuses medical treatment for days because he's got shows to do. By the time he finally sees a doctor, it's too late. Peritonitis. Dead 9 days later at age 52. The man who escaped death 1,000 times on stage got killed by an overeager fan who didn't understand personal boundary. The irony is so thick, you could escape from it in under 3 minutes. If you're enjoying these tales of legendary stupidity, hit that subscribe button. Your common sense will thank you. 4. Attila the Hun. Conquered by a nosebleed Attila. The Hun, the scourge of God. Conqueror of empire. Terrified entire civilization. Brought Rome to its knees. Killed by a nose. 453 AD. It's his wedding night with his newest wife, Ildiko. Attila's celebrating the way any self-respecting warlord would. Getting absolutely hammered. He gets a nose. Not unusual for him, apparent. But here's where his legendary war strategy fails him. He passes out face up, the blood pool. He's too drunk to wake up or turn over. And the man who conquered half of Europe drowns in his own blood, in his own bed on his wedding night. His men found him the next morning. Ildiko is just sitting there traumatized, and everyone thinks she killed him. But no, Attila the Hun was defeated by basic anatomy, gravity, and excessive drinking. Thousands of warriors couldn't kill this man. But wedding night wine and a nose, absolutely devastating combination. Sleep on your side, people. This is literally life or death information. Igor 5, Clement Vallandigham, died proving he was right. 1871, Lebanon, Ohio. Clement Vallandigham is a lawyer defending a guy named Thomas McGeehan, who's accused of shooting a man in a bar fight. Vallandigham's defense strategy? Actually, the victim shot himself by accident, pulling his gun from his pocket. My client is innocent. Bold theory, needs proof though. So Vallandigham decides to do a practical demonstration in his hotel room with actual gun to show exactly how the victim could have accidentally shot himself. He's got 2 2 pistols, 1 loaded, 1 empty, or so he thinks. You see where this is going, right? Vallandigham grabs what he believes is the empty gun, puts it in his pocket the way the victim did, and dramatically pulls it out to show how easy it is to accidentally discharge. Bang! He shoots himself in the exact same way, in the gut. He looks at his colleagues and goes, "My God, I've shot myself." Like he's surprised. Like this wasn't the obvious outcome of playing with guns you haven't properly checked. He dies the next day, but here's the kicker. His demonstration was so convincing that his client was acquitted. This man literally died, proving he was right. That's commitment to your work. Stupid, preventable but commitment nonetheless. 6. Horace Lawson Hunley, the submarine that kept killing its creator Civil War era. Horace Lawson Hunley invents a submarine, names it after himself, the H.L. Hunley, because confidence is key. August 1863. First test run. The submarine sinks. 5 crew members die. Hunley's not on board, so he survives. Normal people would go, okay, maybe submarines are hard and we should quit. Not Hunley. He's like, we just need to try harder. They raise the sub, fix it, or think they fix it. October 1863. Hunley decides to captain it himself to prove it's safe. Takes 7 crew members with him. The submarine sinks again. Everyone dies, including Hunley. You'd think that's where the story ends, right? Man dies in his own invention. Tragic, but final. They raise it again, February 1864. They send it on an actual combat mission. It successfully sinks a Union ship, the Housatonic. First successful submarine attack in history. Then it sinks. Again, killing all 8 crew members. Again, that submarine had a 100% fatality rate across 3 separate sinkings and killed 21 people total, including its inventor twice, if you count the fact that he stayed dead. The persistence is almost admirable if it wasn't so catastrophically stupid. Like the submarine literally killed you, Horace. Maybe take the hint. 7. Gary Hoy, lawyer versus window frame, July 9th, 1993. Toronto. Gary Hoy is a respected lawyer at a big firm on the 24th floor of the Toronto Dominion Centre. He's got this party trick he likes to do, throwing himself against the office windows to show how strong they are. He's done it dozens of times. The glass never breaks. Everyone's always impressed. This particular day, he's showing off to a group of articling students, fresh young lawyers touring the office. Gary wants to make an impression. The glass is unbreakable, he announces, then runs full speed at the window and bounces off. The students are appropriately amazed, but Gary's not done. Let me show you again, because once wasn't enough, apparently. He runs at the window a second time, throws his whole body against it. The glass holds. The window frame doesn't. The entire window, frame and all, pops out of the wall. Gary Hoy falls 24 floors to his death in front of a group of traumatized law students who will definitely need therapy. Here's the thing. He was right. The glass didn't break, not even a crack. But nobody asked about the frame, Gary. Nobody asked if the frame was secure. The Toronto Star literally quoted a structural engineer after this, saying, "I don't know of any building code in the world that would allow a 160-pound man to run up against a glass and withstand it." Gary Hoy died being technically correct, which is apparently not the best kind of correct. Don't forget to like this video, preferably while standing away from windows. 8. Jerome Irving Rodale, irony's greatest hit. Jerome Rodale, the health food pioneer, Mr. Organic Living himself, founder of Prevention Magazine and Rodale Press. This guy spent his entire life preaching about healthy eating, organic farming, and living forever through proper nutrition. He's 72 years old and doing an interview on the Dick Cavett Show. The whole point of his appearance is to talk about how healthy he is and how everyone should follow his lifestyle. During the interview, he literally says, and I quote, "I'm so healthy that I expect to live on, and I've never felt better in my life. I'm in such good health that I fell down a long flight of stairs yesterday, and I laughed all." Dick Cavett's interviewing another guest when he notices Rodale has gone quiet. Thinks he's fallen asleep. Nope, dead. Heart attack, right there on the couch. During the taping, the health guru, who spent decades telling people how to avoid death, couldn't avoid the universe's sense of comic timing. They didn't air the episode out of respect, but everyone who was there knew the universe had just delivered the most perfectly timed, ironic death in television history. Rodale spent his whole life running from death, and death caught him mid-brag about how uncatchable he was. So there you have it. 8 celebrities who proved that fame, money, talent, and even good intentions can't save you from terminal stupidity. The lesson? Darwin's always watching, and he's got a wicked sense of humor. Whether it's scarves, bladders, punching demonstrations, or bragging about your health on live TV, the universe will find a way to humble you in the most ironic way possible.